Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine your dog, usually bouncing off the walls, suddenly just quiet. Or your cat, normally aloof, is suddenly stuck to your side like glue. Or they're just having an off day. Or maybe, are they trying to tell us something important? Today, we're diving into that hidden language, the one our pets use every day. They feel things deeply, we know that, but they can't just spell it out for us. And it gets really interesting here. I've often wondered, can my pet really tell when I'm feeling down? Apparently, yeah. Our sources suggest they're incredibly tuned into us. Our body language, the tone of our voice, maybe even how we smell when stressed.
It's fascinating, isn't it? They gather so much data about us. And the sensitivity, this attunement, well, it means they're constantly broadcasting their own feelings, too. So our mission today is really to decode those signals, the happy ones and the not-so-happy ones, so you can truly understand what your companion is trying to say.
Okay, so if they're such good readers of us, how do we get better at reading them? Let's unpack some of those maybe subtle signs that a pet isn't content. It's not always just whining, right?
Exactly. You have to look beyond the obvious sometimes. It's often about changes, a shift from their normal behavior. Maybe withdrawal, hiding, especially in a pet that's usually social, or sudden aggression, excessive noise, constant whining, yowling. That's a pretty clear flag. But interestingly, sometimes sudden silence in a pet that's normally quite vocal can be just as significant. And things like destructive chewing or digging, often that's not just bad behavior, it's, a distress signal. Then there are the physical clues. You've got to pay attention to appetite changes, eating way less, or sometimes eating way more. Grooming habits, too, like a cat stops grooming itself meticulously. That's a big sign. Or a dog obsessively licking one spot. Unexplained tummy troubles can also be linked to stress, and sleep patterns, watch those closely. Sleeping way too much could indicate depression, while restlessness, not enough sleep, might point to anxiety.
Right, so it's really about knowing your pet's baseline and spotting those deviations.
Yeah.
What about body language, though? We all think wagging tail equals happy dog, but I hear it's, well, more complicated.
That's a great question, and yeah, you're absolutely right to question the simple interpretation. It's much more nuanced. Sure, a relaxed, loose wag is often happy. But a tucked tail, flat ears, lowered head, or really stiff body posture, those definitely signal fear or unhappiness. And that stiff, high tail wag, sometimes that signals high arousal, stress, even potential aggression, not pure joy. It's all about the context and the quality of the wag. Some research even suggests the direction matters. A wag biased to the right might link to positive feelings, left biased to caution or stress. It relates to brain hemisphere activity. Fascinating stuff.
Wow, okay, the direction, too. So these signals, are they universal? Does unhappiness look the same in a golden retriever as it does in, say, a hamster?
Not entirely, and that's really key for us as observers. Dogs, well, they often wear their hearts on their sleeves, so to speak. Pacing, whining, maybe being destructive. Cats, on the other hand, they tend to go inward. They might hide more, become aloof, maybe even lash out if they feel cornered or unwell. And yeah, even smaller pets show it. Hamsters might overgroom or bite their cage bars obsessively. Birds might pluck their feathers. They all have their tells.
Okay, so that covers the signs of discontent. What about the flip side? How do we know for sure our pets are feeling genuinely happy and thriving?
Right, the good stuff. Well, a happy pet usually shows consistent playfulness. Their body language is relaxed, fluid, think natural ear positions, soft eyes. They'll often seek out interaction with you, maintain a good, healthy appetite, and make happy sounds, contented purrs, relaxed barks, chirps. And curiosity. Happy pet is usually engaged with their surroundings, interested in things, generally present.
That makes sense. So covering that whole spectrum is important. But let's say we do spot those signs of discontent. What's the first thing we should do? How do we respond effectively?
Okay, good question. If you see those signs, the first most crucial step is proactive. Always, always rule out a medical cause first. Get them to the vet. So many behavioral issues stem from pain or an underlying illness that needs treatment.
Right, rule out the physical first.
Exactly. If the vet gives the all clear physically, then look at their environment and routine. Can you make it more comforting? Safe hiding spots, maybe calming pheromones or scents. Consistent routines help a lot. And enrichment. Daily mental puzzles, physical exercise, dedicated playtime. That interaction is key. And don't hesitate to seek professional help if needed. A certified animal behaviorist can be incredibly helpful for persistent issues.
It really highlights how deep that connection goes, understanding and responding to them.
Yeah.
And that bond, it's so powerful. It even shapes how we experience loss, doesn't it?
It really does. Losing a pet, it hits hard. The grief can be just as intense as losing a human family member for many people. It disrupts everything, our routines, our home life. But it also often makes us reflect, on love, on loyalty. It can actually foster empathy, personal growth. It's just a powerful testament to that unique, unspoken relationship we have with them. They truly enrich our lives.
So wrapping this up, what's the main takeaway here? I guess it's that our pets' feelings are complex and incredibly important. And the clues, they're usually right there if we learn how to look.
Absolutely. Being tuned in, truly listening to their unspoken language is the best thing you can do for their well-being and your bond. Don't ignore those whispers, those subtle shifts. They matter. Understanding this hidden language just makes that connection you share even stronger.
So next time your pet gives you that look, take an extra moment. Think about what they might be saying and maybe start a whole new kind of conversation just by paying closer attention.